Android 12 Beta 2 just released, and I cannot wait to go all over it. Hi, welcome to Z Gadget Review. Here we are with the second beta version of Android 12. There are some things that have been changed and improved, I think, from the last version as we get closer to the final release of Android 12. But also they have added features that were promised to us and were not available on the last version. Something that we were promised about the new Material You approach that Android is taking in order to customize the phone and make it more yours is that the phone will adapt to the color of the wallpaper that you change into your phone. Of course, you have your own way that you can still customize the colors within the phone, but this will make it easier where you can pick a wallpaper and have the phone do the rest of the work for you. Now, I don't think that it is 100% implemented yet. The changes are subtle. For example, right now when you look at my phone, you can see that the time is purplish color. If I do the volume, you can see that the volume color is purple. And that's not on purpose. I did not change that. While we're in the lock screen, let's take a look at some of the changes in the lock screen. First thing here that you can see on the right bottom corner is the wallet icon. So this is for Android Wallet. When you press it there, it takes you to your Android Wallet. If you have a card attached to it, as I do, it shows it to you here, and you will have to unlock the phone in order to make a payment. But it's an easier way for you to have access to Android Wallet without having to unlock the phone, look for the app, open the app. So everything accessible in the lock screen. Now going back to what I was showing you on the lock screen, the volume rocker. If you remember on the last video, as you are seeing now, that volume rocker was gigantic. They have made the volume rocker smaller and also longer. And I do like that. It's not as intrusive as it was before, but it's still a lot bigger than I wished it was. And I do say, to me, it's still a little intrusive. Not as much as before, but a little bit. Now, as I was talking about the whole Material You thing, where you can change colors depending on your wallpaper. So my wallpaper right now is this kind of circuitry board thing in the background. And if I go to my notifications here, let's go back to that. My share button is now purple. Same thing if I go to these other stores. Again, my share, save, and view buttons are now purple. So those little things do change colors. So here, as you can see, the color matches the wallpaper, which is a kind of lilac pinkish color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change my background. So I go wallpaper styles. And so I'm going to go with this smoke cloud, and I'm going to make it my home screen. When I turn the phone off and I turn it back on, you're going to see that the color of the time and the volume rocker have changed. So if you notice now, my time is a little bluer, it's light blue, and my volume rocker is solid blue. When I go into the phone, nothing much has changed except those little details. But something that has changed is my notifications. So if you look at here at my story, you see the share button is blue, and everything down here is blue. As you can see, it's not a huge change on the rest of the look of the phone, but those little things do change. As you can see, the color hasn't changed. Everything else has changed. The volume rocker is blue, but if I click on the button to edit, then that changes to blue. And if I add another button up there, so if I go and I want to add extra dim, for example, so I'm going to hold this, move it up here, and then say that I'm done editing, then everything changes to that blue color. That changes because I changed my wallpaper. The one thing that doesn't change is the brightness indicator, because even if when I press it, as you can see, it changes when the brightness changes, but if I let it go, it goes back to that same color. Pretty interesting. Now, if we go up here on the menu where you can make changes on the fly, you'll notice that they have added the wallet icon here. So you have access to your wallet for Android Pay right here. And then you have everything else that we had before. The two things that they have added, if you have noticed already, you probably already noticed it, is camera access and mic access available. So if I want to shut off total access to my camera, I just need to press this and my camera will be blocked from any app. Same thing with mic. The other thing that I'm sure you already noticed is this little green icon here on the corner that has a microphone logo. That is there because I am currently using the screen capture app within Android, and it's showing me that my mic is also being used and is being used by that app. So if I click here, it's going to tell me that it's being used by System UI, the Android app. So if I click here, it's going to go to my app permissions and it's going to ask me if I want to continue using it or blocking it. So you can see the green icon appears right there and it disappears and it becomes a little green dot. The green dot becomes bigger once you open your notifications and you can see there the icon. Another thing that has changed is when you swipe from the bottom app to look at what apps are open within the phone, the background changes to the color that it has been picked by the phone. In this case, it's a light purple color. Another change that we have here is where you see the internet connection. So that's where your connection for your mobile connection is also going to reside, which is something that you probably need to get used to. When you press it, it'll bring you all your connection options at the bottom. My Google Fi right now has no connection. And then it gives you other options for Wi-Fi networks that are around you. But now it comes from the bottom instead of coming from the top. I'm going to go to the camera app so you can see when you are using the cameras. If I go to video and I start taking a video, this will show up here that my camera is being used along with a microphone. So the other thing they have added here is when you go to the very bottom of your notifications is that you can see that history button. If you press on your history button, now you have access to your history of notifications. So if you swipe anything there that you didn't want, you can go back and find it. Before, you would have had to go into settings and then go to notifications and then look for history. Now you have it all in one place. If you press the power button, you get three options for emergency, power off, or restart. Instead of having to hold the power button for a while in order to get an option, you just press the power button on your screen and you get three choices of what you want to do. And then you have your settings. So when we press this, it takes us to the settings. And there's something there that I want you to take a look. So when we go into the settings, we go into privacy. Within privacy, now they have added the privacy dashboard. I would also like you to notice that the microphone access and the camera access buttons are purple, going along with the theme of the phone that the phone has chosen based on my background. But let's go into the privacy dashboard. Within the privacy dashboard, what we are going to find, when going to the privacy dashboard, we're going to find is what apps have been using what within the phone. So in this case, we have location. In location, it says that there's 10 apps that have been looking at my location. And there are Maps, Galaxy Watch plugin, Google, and all that. So if I want to change a preference, in this case, let's go into the Galaxy Watch plugin. I'm going to go into location, and I am going to change that to allow only while using the app. Because I don't need this to look for my location every time that it wants to look at my location. I only wanted to do it when I am using the app. So in this case, I'm going to change it. Same with camera. Here it's going to tell me that my camera was used by my camera. And then by microphone is going to tell me that it's probably being used by my recorder and my camera. See, and Google and messages because I send a voice message via a text message to my siblings. The other thing that I've noticed is that the screen turns red when you call out the assistant. So let's say, okay, Google. And if you notice, the screen is red and then you go ahead and talk to Google. It's Something that I do find a little annoying with this version of Android. So you have the time and the date on the front of your phone at all times, if that's how you have it set up, of course. But when you bring down the screen for notifications, up here you only have the time and nothing else. You have to do an extra pull for everything else to show up. So to get the date, to get the type of connection that you have, and also how long you have battery left. Those are some of the additions and changes to Android 12 with beta version 2. What do you think about the changes? Do you like it better than it was before? What do you think about Material You adapting to your wallpaper? Let me know in the comment section. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.